Okay, third and goal. 4 yards out. Gibbs flanking the quarterback. Over to Gibbs. He's wide open. Easy touchdown. Lions are in.
Just watch this. These two guys on defense are going to have to guard him and Ferkser. So you got Gibbs and Ferkser. As soon as Ferkser releases outside, it's too late. And you can't get there, Moon. And that's really on Moon, just not being prepared for a quick release. Thought the running back was going to block first.
Yeah, Moon just signed off the Carolina practice squad this week, brought back to Pittsburgh, where he has spent time, and the extra point by Bates is good. They just went 68 yards, Tony, in 2.5 minutes. And this game that was a chess match early on,
yep, they're
turned wide open now. I'd like to welcome the audience that just joined us. We've been watching the Texans and the Raiders, with the Texans holding on for a 23-21 victory. We've got a wild fourth quarter game going on here in Detroit. Jared Goff just threw his third touchdown of the afternoon.
Well, you said Moon just signed from the practice squad from another team, and now you're playing. TJ Watt's injury, Herbig is out. You got to play multiple people on a big play. I don't mind targeting those guys when they just show up, because they're going to be possibly a little late to understand the defense, and it showed there.
Goff now with 30 of 45 attempts for 311 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Well, he did it again. That's out of set the record for 10-game stretch.
Well, one thing he has done too.
Now in 11 games is probably the record.
He's tied. That's correct. He's just tied with his first touchdown in this game today. That made it now 21 straight games with a touchdown pass. That happened on the pass to Tesla. We talked about that earlier.
Yes.
So he ties the Stafford franchise record. Sneakily doing great things. You know, name doesn't come to the forefront all the time. Not the much flash. Not as other guys.
Should be in the MVP, but their record, and they've got to win this game.
And those that just joined us, Warren just returned that. He has had 2 rushes, 45 yards for touchdowns in this game. Did you see Aaron Rodgers' numbers are good too? Warren averaging 10 yards a carry in this one. There's Stafford with that 21-game streak of a touchdown pass, though they've only rushed for 18 yards today.
You think that puts pressure on the quarterback? Yes, but Aaron Rodgers has answered the bell every time this has happened, and Detroit keeps putting pressure on him in this third and fourth quarter, especially the fourth quarter right now. Can they answer the bell again?
Handoff to Jonnu Smith. And Maddox trying to bring him down. He needs some help.
Arthur Smith, incredible to start these drive starters, back-to-back drives.
How about Liam Cohen and the Jacksonville Jaguars have now made it official. They've defeated Denver out of the Mile High City and finished off their 11-game home winning streak, and the streak they had going on all season long. As now Denver drops to 12-3. New England's at Baltimore tonight, and Jacksonville is there within 1 game of the best record in the AFC.
Who would have thought?
Incredible.
Jacksonville, Carolina. Impressive. Oh.
They move Spencer Anderson to the fullback. 1st and 10. Fake the handoff, and they're going over to Washington. And he runs over one defender, Reed, who's already been shaken up one time. He takes another big blow that goes for 13. It was Washington who ran into him that knocked Reed out of the game briefly before.
Watch the fake, but look at Aaron Rodgers' eyes. He's going to no-look this. Hey, everyone, run over here to the left while I throw the ball way out over here. Could have thrown a little bit better ball with the no-look, if I'm honest, but look at that. And nobody wants to tackle this guy, Jim.
Especially DJ Reed.
Twice my size.
Yep.
Because I've gotten so skinny. I think that's probably the thing. I got to probably gain some weight, my wife says. So, you know, that's totally true. Just buy that.
Timeout called. by Pittsburgh.
That'll be their last one, which wasn't a big deal when they were up by 2 scores, but gets very uncomfortable now.
Tracy, down to you.
Jim, the Steelers could use a long drive here because after that touchdown by the Lions, this defense was gassed. There's oxygen being taken on the sideline. Cam Hayward wasn't even in the game on that touchdown because he was so gassed. So certainly they could use the offense to stay on the field here and give them time to regroup.
Meantime, the Detroit defense needs to make a stop. Now, they could hold them to a field goal and still be mathematically in the game at 8.
And for the people who joined us, that did not look like that was going to happen about 5 minutes ago in this game. You might know the real time. But the run fits are the issue. They've got to be able to get the run fits on defense and figure that out because it's coming.
They run Smith behind them, and they toss it to the tight end. Lining up in the backfield, got a flag out as he takes it for about 10 yards.
This is a big call right here.
Holding, number 98, defense. 5 yards will be added to the end of the play. Automatic, first down.
Wow. DJ Reader, this defense for the last month just can't stop anybody, Tony.
Well, so much of it, that's just Sean McVay being Sean McVay. But today, it's these safeties. You got to remember how many guys are out for the season.
Yep.
And the run fits, I keep talking about it, have just not held up. They are not in their position. Now, I do think Shepard has done a great job adjusting today, but not in the run game in the second half.
They gave up 519 to the Rams. Now you see over 470.
They're going to go right back to this, Jim. Cover one. We're going back to who we are. Tigers have stripes. Here they come.
That's Gainwell. And there's a play made. That's McNeil. McNeil with the stop.
You've got a plan coming into a game. You tried to do it. But here's the funny part. Everyone right here, they didn't want to do this. Go ahead and run that. They're going to play the run. They always overload the box. And coordinators and quarterbacks know we can throw the ball down the field. Not now. They're going to go back to who they are.
Goff just wants a chance with it being a one-score game. Wants a chance. Can the defense do something here with 2:25 to go? 2nd and 11. To Gainwell. He's got about 3. Going to have a 3rd and 8 coming up and a timeout call right here by the Lions. Left with 1 now. Well, we have a moment tonight on CBS. 60 Minutes. Treks to Mount Everest. Then a CBS News special, Rob Reiner. Scenes from a Life. Followed by the finale of The Road plus Boston Blue tonight on CBS. 3rd and 8. We've seen so many conversions today by the Pittsburgh Steelers. A number that were 3rd and 10 plus. They got a running back who ripped off 2 45-yard touchdown runs. The first Pittsburgh running back to do that. 2 rushes of 45 yards plus in a game since Frenchie Fuqua 55 years ago. So this is a monster play.
Game's over if they get the first down.
3rd and 8. Pressure. Rodgers heaves it, and it's thrown away.
I'm not so sure. It's the first time I've seen today, Jim, that the veteran might have made a mistake. Run into the pocket, move up 3 yards, and take a sack. Throwing it away gives them an extra timeout.
2:09 to go, and out comes Boswell to try to make it an 8-point lead. It's going to be a 36-yard attempt.
Because if he takes a sack, it goes down to 2 minutes. Now, I'd be making sure that they return this kickoff because you're trying to hope it gets down under 2 minutes so they don't get 2 timeouts.
Another Detroit defender. This is Avonte Maddox,
who's been solid after all the injuries. They can ill afford that.
You've been talking over and over again about the safeties. Just to remind our audience that they had one of the great tandems in the league coming into the season.
Maybe as good as anyone.
Brian Branch and Kirby Joseph as well, both out for the year. So he's wobbly as he heads back to the sideline, and now Boswell trying to make it an 8-point lead. He's already made one from 59, one off his career long, one from 23. This is going to be 37 yards with Waitman on the hold. Coons will snap it back, and the kick by Boswell. Oh no! No good.
Wow. This place is rocking. Snap was a little low. Arthur Smith, or Danny Smith, not loving it.
Big thud.
We can hear it from up here.
And the Steelers are rejected. And now if Detroit can drive down the field, they'll win it with a touchdown. Assuming there's no time left for Pittsburgh to do anything. If they're able to do that, Goff's given his chance. He was begging for. There you go. Your low snap, Tony.
That affects it. Here we go, Jim.
Oh, I was hoping to hear that one more time from the 27. Handoff Gibbs. It got him by the uniform, and he's going to be dropped for another loss to take us to the 2-minute warning. Going to come down to the wire, right to the finish. Steelers and Lions.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Capital One. What's in your wallet? And by McDonald's.
Everyone united and standing for these last 2 minutes, including Santa and the Grinch. A reminder, the kickoff, Patriots and Ravens, kicks off at 8:22 on NBC. Here's a 2nd and 13. Oh, that's wide of the mark. Now you got a 3rd and 13. Zylstra was the target.
Well, Sawyer, the defensive end, basically is going to guard the tight end. He's in for TJ Watt, and they do the zone blitz. And impressive by the 4th-round pick from Ohio State. He's had a couple of flash plays today.
Not exactly ideal right here for the Lions. These first 2 plays after getting the big break off the missed field goal. They got 2 plays to pick up 13 yards and stay in it. Goff right there picks up 12 to Zylstra. Now you're going to have a 4th and 2. He's going to take his time because we make sure they get everybody aligned for this one.
Game comes down to this play right now. Pittsburgh emptying the bucket with all their blitzes and pressures, and Goff reads this one out. Throws it low and away. And I think he caught it.
Ooh, that's close. That is close. It's definitely contact with the ground there. Was it a control reception? Was it under control by Zylstra? Seems to right there, but has an arm underneath it, a hand underneath it. I mean, huge decision here as this is being looked at. Will it be 4th and 2?
Previous play is under review.
All right, Gene, I don't know. What do you see here?
Really, really close, Jim. I see Zylstra when he's tucking it away. That left hand does seem to be underneath of it, but then from one other angle, when he's starting to roll that hand underneath, there is some contact with the ground and the ball. This is a pretty good angle there. And then there, you see almost that the football kind of moves the second time. So really, really close play. Wouldn't want to just jump out there now and say it's just just completely conclusive that it is a catch. He is controlling it there. But we see that second bump right there, guys, where I don't know if that's the football laying down. Remember, it has to be conclusive to overturn. To me, that doesn't jump off the screen as an incompletion.
And again, he did have a hand underneath it on the other end of the football, on the far nose. So it'll be either 4th and 13 or 4th and 12, depending on how the officials see it. 4th and 13 or 4th and 2. 4th and 2 would certainly be manageable.
The ruling on the field stands as called.
And Gene, I think you had it. I think it had to be. It was so close they probably couldn't overturn it there.
Yeah, Jim, I think you stay within those parameters when you get to plays like this, and I think that's a good job by replay.
Okay, here you go, Tony. 4th and 2.
I think they're going for it.
Cut. I like it.
The biggest thing is how aggressive do you want to be if you're Pittsburgh? You can end the game right now, but you could also give up an explosive. I think you kind of play this like simulated pressure that they've been doing, but you got to be protective of a big play. Make them still drive the field.
Amon-Ra in motion. Stay in the game. Got to pick up a first. Down the middle. Tip. Incomplete. The Steelers make the play. Oh, the flag comes out. 2 of them late. Duggar was on the coverage of Jamison Williams.
This is the correct call. You can see it in real time. Duggar gets there just barely early. And this is that aggressiveness I talk about. Do you want to end the game right now? Take a look right here.
Pass interference, number 29, defense. False place at the spot of the foul, automatic. First down.
That was pretty revealing, that replay right there, Gene Steratore.
From the end zone, you could see the right arm by Duggar, and he's turning the receiver, Jim. So not just a hand there materially affecting with that restriction with the right arm. That's a really good call.
Duggar, who made the play for the safety at the start of the second half. It's a 14-yard penalty. And they got a new set of downs. They have one timeout in the pocket with 1:24 to go. Goff has thrown for 158 yards in this quarter. 3:22 for the day. On first down. He is dropped with flags down. He is dropped at the 39-yard line.
Are they calling holding or
Personal
tripping?
Foul.
Tripping.
Number 56, defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
You could see Highsmith. He knew it right after he did it. Right here, sticks his foot out. If it's accidental, it's okay. But not when you decide to go, hey, no, don't go that way. Get over here.
He can't do that.
And then watch Highsmith's reaction. He's going to go, no, after he does this. He's like, oh, why did I do that?
Oh, bring the football, Tony, all the way to the Steelers' 36-yard line.
Monster call right there.
And like I said, Highsmith knew it.
Yep.
1:19 to play. Goff in trouble. And that ball deflected. It was Highsmith again with the pressure.
I mean, Highsmith has played an outstanding football game today. Just watch on this left side. He's going against, these are 2 outstanding tackles, premier tackles, and he pushes Decker right back in to Goff. And if you needed a guy to show up today, it was him, having TJ Watt and Herbig out.
Gibbs lines up wide to the right. Now they're going to bring him in.
And nobody motions with him, so you know it's zone.
Back over to Amon-Ra. Amon-Ra's got a blocker out in front. Amon-Ra to the 20. Being pushed from behind. And he's down to the 10-yard line as we approach a minute to go. Egg Walken, the new center, was out there helping throw a great block. Picks up 24.
What a play call and a big moment.
Inside 50 seconds to go. Goff to the end zone. That's in the direction of Tesla. Now, they ran to the line of scrimmage. Did they have to be that chaotic right there?
Well, I think what happens, you'll see the motion. Gibbs goes, Penny Sewell gets out, and he's able to get up on the corner. But it's really the perfect play call versus the coverage. Give Dan Campbell credit. But to get up there that quick, Jim, to your point, it was mostly because you can catch them not being able to get a play call in. And they had a chance, but they ran cover 0. Good throwaway.
Got down here with Amon-Ra, St. Brown's first reception of the half. Down to the 12 for a 2nd and 10.
And cover 0 means everyone blitzes, no help.
Barely got that off in time. Tesla to the 10, to the 5, and down to the 1-yard line. Patrick Queen kept him out of the end zone.
I'd get up quick right now and run a play. Don't use the timeout. Get up on the ball, hand the ball off, then use the timeout.
And again, Steelers, if they get any time, they'll have no timeouts to play with. Here with 25 seconds. Goff rolling, and throwing. Wide open. St. Brown with the touchdown. And the Lions have come all the way back. There is a flag.
Could they be calling a
Pass
pick?
interference. Number 18, offense. 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Wow, after this place went wild.
Duggar is late to come down because they're blitzing everyone. So now he's got to get out there and cover the flat, and it's a pick by the offense.
That will back them to the 11-yard line with 22 seconds. They still have that timeout to play with. 11 yards from victory.
Looking like cover 0 again, Jim, which means all-out pressure.
And it just got a little more difficult.
Number 65, offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
The center flinched on this one.
And back to the 16 they go.
And this happens when everyone starts to run up there to blitz because you're like, oh, I don't know. How am I going to get to my guy? Take a look as everyone comes running up on the outside inside, and there is the flinch.
Who said it was going to be easy? From the 16. First and goal, 22 seconds.
They got to back out here.
Across the middle, they've got Gibbs. He's tackled at the 8-yard line.
Timeout.
They better take it. They better hurry up and take it. They do. At 13 seconds. Maybe they'll put a second or two back on the clock. I thought I saw them calling for it sooner. They just had 16 seconds, so they do. They had 3 seconds. Look at this. Under Tomlin, never lost when leading by at least 12 points in the fourth quarter. And they led with 5 minutes to go by 12.
I don't think we're getting a tie today. It's the only time ever. What a game.
Just a crazy week in the NFL. A wackiest year ever. Been spectacular to watch. Is there another phenomenal comeback to go into the books?
Lions need it, to say the least.
They have no timeouts. Clock reset at 16. Second and goal. They're 9 yards away. Goff retreats to the 15. Looking, fires, incomplete. Nothing was there. Jamison Williams was a couple of steps to the right of that throw.
Pittsburgh elected to drop 8 guys. Only 3 guys are rushing. Goff right here knows with the time on the clock that he can't run up and get tackled right at the 5. The game would be over. Aaron, you could see the nerves, seasons, everything. Here it comes.
Now,
cannot run the ball as a quarterback. Cannot take a sack.
Now 11 seconds. Goff looking, back of the end zone. Oh, incomplete. Tesla, who makes all these acrobatic catches, had one earlier today, had it for just a sliver of a second.
This was an incredible throw by Goff and almost an incredible catch, because that's what you're going to have to do in this situation because they're dropping everybody. Wow.
Okay, Tony. People say that it all comes down to this. this is what they really are talking about. This situation right here. The king of the fourth downs. Campbell and the Lions. Can they pull it off with the season in the balance? Goff fires at the 1. He didn't get across, but there are flags down. Ball ends up in the hands of Goff. He goes across. Did they have a whistle first?
There's so many things on this level that I just saw. Could be offensive pass interference, actually. And then they actually did score. When did the whistle get blown? Oh, too much for me. You go ahead, Jim.
This is like the 2-point play in Seattle the other night.
Yeah, exactly.
What is going on here?
This could be on the offense. I know everyone expects it to be on the defense. I'm just saying it could be.
The Steeler bench is out onto the field. I mean, they basically are like ready to walk in as if they've won it and heading home for a victory. Is this going to be a call against Pittsburgh to keep this game alive? Goff is making an appeal. Probably wanted to point out, hey, I scooped up the ball and scored anyway. They're explaining it now to Jared. You got all these possibilities, Tony, including offensive pass interference, which some believe on that Pittsburgh sideline that's going to be the call, which would be the game over because Amon-Ra didn't score anyway. So this is getting all kinds of looks, I'm sure, from New York as well. It's being reviewed. I mean, Goff ended up with the football. Will this be the play that will usurp the crazy 2-point conversion by Seattle? Is that possible? Rodgers thinks it's over.
They're discussing it because it's a unique rule.
They're looking up
here. I think they're going to call offensive pass interference. Let's hear the call right here. What a major call.
The ruling on the field is a touchdown. However,
pass
interference, number 14 on the offense. By rule, that penalty is not enforced, and there is no replay. The game is over.
Wow.
There is no touchdown.
Whoa!
The OPI on number 14 negates the penalty. There is no replay. The game is over.
The OPI ends it. They even conceded, Gene, that Goff had scored a touchdown. As bizarre as it gets.
Yeah, 100%. And in the NFL, offensive fouls with time expired do not extend. I was looking to see, and they may have been discussing whether there was progress on St. Brown and whether there was time. But once Carl Shepard said the ruling was touchdown, we knew that time had expired. You see the OPI by St. Brown there. And as I said, the game was at 0 whenever Goff scored, so that is end of game. You don't extend on offensive penalties with zeros on the clock.
You know, the players are still standing on the field. The Lions players are looking up at the big board, watching the replay over and over again, and incredulous. Trying to figure out what just happened. How about the effort right there, by the way, and the presence of mind for Goff to fly into the end zone, all for naught.
I just sit here and watch this and you say, I mean, this is such a huge moment for seasons for these teams. And all of a sudden, St. Brown doing that. Jalen Ramsey going to the nickel because Eccles was out. What a game by him right there.
Tracy, it's all yours.
I mean, Aaron and I are in disbelief down here. How would you describe that one, Aaron?
Chaos. I mean, I was a part of a game 13 years ago that had this kind of chaos.
So were we.
With some replacement referees, though. I mean, just watching it now, looks like there's an OPI. Looks like he's stopped. Forward progress is stopped. But a lot of crazy game. We had another PI on the touchdown. So happy to get a win. We played great in the second half on offense. Picked up our defense, and they came up with a big stop.
What is it about this offense right now? It seems to be clicking at just the right time.
we can come at you a lot of different ways. We ran for 200 yards today. Jalen had a fantastic game, but we had some fly sweeps to Kenny, to Jonnu. We had some tosses to Jonnu. Art was mixing it up really well. Guys battled through some injuries. I thought Dylan played really good at left tackle. Spence was battling some injuries. DK made some plays. Adam Thielen made some big plays. We were way better on third down today. And, you know, we should have scored more points because we had a touchdown taken off the board. Didn't convert another one down here, but feels good to win. Everybody's picking us to lose, right?
There you go. But how can you take this in terms of going down the stretch of the season and trying to make it into the playoffs?
I'll tell you, we're going to enjoy this one. I'm going to enjoy this because I've played here a lot of years. Had some incredible memories, especially 10 years ago in this stadium. But I'm going to enjoy this one, and we're going to turn on the Sunday night game and root for the Patriots.
You deserve this. Enjoy it.
Thank you, Trey.
Great summation. Great job by Aaron Rodgers today. He had the Motown miracle, and today some Motown magic. As you look at the AFC playoff picture, the Steelers go to 9-6. And next week we'll play at Cleveland. Meanwhile, on the NFC side, by virtue of the Lions losing, guess what? The Bears and the 49ers are in the playoffs. They are in, and the Lions' hopes are hanging by a thread. A frayed thread. Just barely. Patriots and Ravens are coming up on NBC. Just a wild finish. That ended it right there, basically. Everything that followed didn't matter. The push-off by St. Brown. The Steelers have won 3 in a row. At Baltimore, against Miami, at Detroit. Tonight on CBS begins with 60 Minutes for Tony and Tracy and Gene. Jim Nance saying so long from Detroit. Merry Christmas, everyone. You've been watching the NFL on CBS.